What's up, guys? This is your boy, the Badwolf. I did promise that I would have the video um, leveled out, so hopefully this looks better. Okay, all right. Thanks to support from viewers like you, I now have 3 light bulbs in my little office here, and so with a couple more donations and joining the Badwolf pack, the paid subscription monthly service, I will get a 4th light bulb. Okay, so thank you guys for that. I truly appreciate the help. We got the heat turned back on. What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Bad Wolf. All right, so in this particular video, I'm going to break down the full Monty of right to travel, okay, because people seem to shortcut the process or they didn't watch all the videos. So at least if you see this one, ignore all other people's right to travel videos out there. We're going to break it down right here, right now. All right. If you have a car, ideally you want a car that is paid off and you have the title. Okay, it is your property under USC 9-109. Okay, it's considered consumer goods or household goods. Okay, it's yours. It's private. If your vehicle is not paid off, it is registered with the state. They have it. They have your title, and you have it registered with the DMV. Those are all state and federal things, depending on where you are, what you got going on. But they're registered. Period. Okay. That being the case, you cannot just do right to travel legally. Lawfully, yes, but legally, no. And we want to do things legally so that they know that we are not in their jurisdiction on both sides of the force, the good and bad, light and the dark. All right. So, if you're a CDL driver, you cannot do this. Wait. In your truck for profit, that's commercial. Your private vehicle that you use from your house or your mistress's house or a lot lizard, or whatever you do, to work is private if it's paid off. If it's not paid off, revert back to what we're going to talk about now, and let's go. So, I digress. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Share this with your friends and family. I appreciate you. As always, this is educational information. Do your own due diligence. To all those people out there who don't understand this information or might be trolls, do your own due diligence. And if anybody sees anybody out there using any of my information for nefarious purposes or calling us sovereign citizens, please report them immediately to YouTube for slander and whatever else and copyright infringement. Now, let's go. All right, so you've got your vehicle, and like most people, you probably have a title registered with the state and it's registered with the DMV. You cannot do this until it is paid off. So your obligation is to pay your vehicle off. Until you get your title, you don't truly own your vehicle. Until you get it removed from out of their hands and you remove it from the DMV and you have what I'm going to talk about next done, you're not doing right to travel the proper way. This is why some people have had problems. Okay. First thing you need to do, if you're going to do this, pay off your vehicle. Okay? It's got to be done. Now, before you actually do right to travel, you're out there doing this, educational information only. Pay off your vehicle, get your title. Okay. Other things you want to do. You want to go to blacksite32.com and you want to download as many right to travel information things I have on there. Or you can pay me for the right to travel package, and then it comes with all those files, Supreme Court rulings and all that stuff, how to deal with and talk to the police, how to deal with your encounters, all that stuff in the packet. Okay. You don't have to. You can piece it together yourself. Lots of this information is free. You just have to go out and find it. Okay. Next, so you've got your title. You have documents that support the Constitution. You really should change your status either via the I-9, send out your affidavit of status to your chief of police, to your attorney general, to the White House, to the governor, and let them know who and what you're doing. Okay. Now you're taking away their ability to label you as a U.S. citizen because they have jurisdiction over that person. Now, next, each state is going to be a little bit different, but typically each state allows for private travel. They don't have jurisdiction over it, so they're not going to really want to talk about it or acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. They're all bound together under the Constitution of the United States that their roadways are considered public. Anybody from around the world, as long as they're operating a vehicle with proper steering wheels and whatever on the right side, can operate their vehicle here and operating their vehicle in good working and safe conditions. Okay, as long as that is the case and your vehicle is paid off. Okay, one of the next things you're going to do is contact your DMV. If this is for you, CDL people can't really do this because they have to have their CDL, but you want to get rid of all of their contracts and agreements and licenses. Okay, you're going to want to turn in your Jackie Fig, God rest her soul, passed away, was one of the first people I came across who has been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years. Hundreds, if not thousands of people have been doing this for years, but it's private. Okay, the YouTube just allows us to bring this information into the public domain. Okay, so I'm not specifically telling you, the people on the public side, I'm telling people who want to operate in the private. So this information in my channel for private people. Okay, or becoming that. This will not benefit anybody as a U.S. citizen who wants to remain a U.S. citizen. So go stage that away. This is not for you. All right, so from there, this is now given notification to your chief of police what you're doing. You should also send it to your local county registration recorder's office so that now it's in the public record so they know what you're doing. In the meantime, you can create your own plate. I use buildasign.com. I do make them for people for $60, but if you want the cheaper, do it yourself and you're computer savvy. I usually mostly do it for old people or people who are handicapped or whatever else. I will do it for regular people, but I really don't want to do it for regular people. You should be doing this for yourself. So, but if you need to, yes, I'm available to do that. It's paid for through blacksite32.com on services or Pro Shop. And then I go to the same site, I put in the proper information. This is my nation name, this is my plate. You can take that information and put it into your affidavit, okay, that's what you're going to send out to the chief of police and all the other places, okay. So now they know who you are, what you're doing, and if you want, you can include your VIN on there as well, just to don't be afraid, you're telling them you're traveling privately. Now, you want to pull your information out of the DMV. You can, in some states, you can contact them and tell them you're junking your car. Some people, some DMVs, depending on what they're called, you can tell them that this vehicle will not be driven because it's not going to be driven; it's going to be traveled in. Some of them you can just close your entire account. Now, by request, according to what their paperwork says, their codes, you can request them to close your account and delete your information. That is considered, it's in the NDR, which is the National Driver's Registry. When you do this, okay, some DMVs, because the NDR will not do it directly. It has to be by the sponsoring state that brought you in. Okay, so you have to contact your state to do this, your state DMV. And I recommend sending a copy and CCing your Attorney General on it, so that everybody's on the same page and they don't try to give you guff, okay? If that doesn't work, you can contact me and I will give you paperwork that will assist with forcing their hand so that they do it, because you don't want them to have any pending old information in there. And this is only if you have problems. Most of them are very easy peasy and you can go on there and just hit close and whatever else. You turn in your plate, you turn in your driver's license, and you want to let them know you want all of your information to be removed. Okay, some of them will or won't work with you, so if you have problems, that's when you contact me and we work on that. Once that's done, so now everybody has all the information across the board. You've made your declarations on your local and state and federal levels. Okay, now do you have to do all this? No, but this is what puts you in the best standing so that in case you have to deal with court issues or a challenge, you've done everything that you needed to do. Now, with some DMVs, you can also, well, most of them, you can tell them that you are transferring it into a trust, a private trust, a private business trust. You're selling it to a foreign national, your own self, who's from another country, okay? You can get a foreign EIN and transfer it to that foreign EIN, okay? And now they have to take note of that. Once you've done that, you've successfully done the beginning parts of doing right to travel. You have all the information, you've got your information necessary, you should have your passport done as a U.S. national and keep that. Now, unlike the one person who had an incident where this cop overstepped and is now facing federal charges because he destroyed federal property and he wasn't doing that, and by ignoring the person's status, it removed his state immunity. Okay, once a cop is told what your proper status is, and they ignore that, they are removed from state immunity. They can now be prosecuted and attacked by a tort claim under deprivation of rights, 1983, under color of law, for those actions. Okay, but you have to have all this stuff prepared and all your information ready. Okay, once you have that, understand that they are not by law allowed to bother you because you have a foreign plate. They are under the Constitution. The one cop on video was caught saying, well, you're a U.S. citizen. The guy was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, well, and the guy interrupted. He's like, well, you took an oath, right? An oath to the Constitution to protect the, Americans, right? He's like, well, yeah. Well, the Constitution, operating with the Supreme Court, back our right to travel. That's where we got this information. See, most of us would never have even begun to understand to look in the Constitution or the Supreme Court, who's the highest law in the land, on this stuff, because nobody looks it up. But when you look it up, you find that this is what's going on. So your local law enforcement officers, who are LEOs, most of them don't know this stuff. They are taught to deal with U.S. citizens, and so their brain is processed to go to do that. But if you have correctly changed your status and you've removed your stuff from their jurisdiction, those contracts, and you are no longer operating as a U.S. citizen, you are in fact now a foreign national, which is what they call us in their manuals, in their police training manuals and whatever else, okay? So, that being said, conduct yourself with your words properly, even though they're supposed to ask you by law what your status is when they first meet you. So, when you've done all this stuff, now you can put your plates on. Now you can operate privately as under a private nation or a private status, depending on how you choose to operate yourself, and you can go forth. That is how you properly do this. Now remember, if you guys see anybody using this information or these videos or me or my likeness or whatever else in any kind of negative way, calling me a sovereign citizen or whatever else, report them for slander to YouTube. I would appreciate that. Otherwise, guys, do it verbatim. If you need this to be broken down, you can always book a consultation with me. We can go over all the statutes and codes and whatever else that make this valid. Okay, you're traveling privately. Just like somebody from a different nation, if they come here to use our roads, they're traveling privately. They're not in our system. They're not party to it. But yes, they can use all the roads unless they are marked private. Then anything that's considered public can be utilized. Okay? So that's it, guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay wise, stay woke, stay aware. Stay healthy. Always conduct yourself in a proper manner. This is business. This is commerce. Govern yourselves accordingly. Give these people their respect. Some of them don't know what's going on. And handle yourself. Identify yourself properly with all the proper information to be successful at this. Just like my guy, the constitutional citizen out there doing right to travel. My hat goes off to you. Thank you for spreading the word. To Jackie Fig, God rest your soul. Hopefully you're traveling safely in heaven. And have a good night, guys. Take care. And I will bring you guys more information. All right? Talk to you later. Badwolf is over and out.